What can you do? How can you prove you love them? By caring about them, by being their friend and speaking out in their behalf and demanding justice. Demanding that our politicians be egalitarian and say, look, if you're going to let these freaking money printers run roughshod over humanity, manipulating markets, price fixing, we don't have a supply and demand based economy anymore. We've got a price fixing economy. And it's very simple. Look up the term, folks. It's very clear. It means there's no basis in reality of supply and demand. They fix the price where they want. So you've got different groups that are colluding together to keep the prices high because they all benefit. So it's a collective industrial complex of whatever nature that is that they're into. The real estate agents are in cahoots with the money lenders. The higher the prices go on the houses, the more commission they make. It's all very rudimentary. It's all very simple. So you got to blame the cause, folks. Blame the cause. And then hold these politicians' feet to the fire and say, look, we hired you to do a job for us. You're taking from the tax coffers, okay? You're our representative. You go out there and you tell people, you say, look, the welfare doesn't go to the welfare recipient. It's going to the landlord. When they subsidize housing through Section 8 and stuff, they're subsidizing the landlord. That's who's getting that money. How do all these people are in cahoots with the banking system. They're all teamed up together. All these investors, speculators, landlords are a huge, critical cog in the wheel of this whole machine of oppression. Do you understand? How do you think the disparity grows? It grows through unsound currency. It grows through allowing this stuff. This is the cause of the problem, is these money printers, these people that have stolen the earth by fiat, by fraud. They're just a bunch, look, their fruits are rotten. I'm not judging them. I'm just telling you that they've got bad mojo coming. And if you're on the same ship with these people, you need to jump ship, and that's called repentance. So get out of their way and let them careen off the cliff, because that's where they're headed. They're headed straight for hell. That's what's going to, if they don't jump ship too themselves. And a lot of these people are sworn enemies of God. They don't want justice. They don't want equality. They don't want fairness. None of this stuff. Okay, they don't want an egalitarian government. These politicians have sold the people of America out. All over the world they've done the same similar thing. So the disparity keeps growing. Since home ownership has long been the greatest measure of prosperity, and you see it shrinking, okay? Do you think San Francisco, for example, got to be 85% renters, overnight? That didn't happen overnight. 15% homeowners, and of those 15%, you can bet probably about 5% own multiple houses. These are the landlords that own many, many, many apartments, houses, and whatnot. And they're going to leave it to their spoiled, rotten, snot-nosed kids. Where's it going? So how acute will it get? Will we get down to 10% of prosperity in San Francisco? Because right now, the definition of dirt poor, of course, is not owning any real estate. So 85% of the residents of San Francisco are, by definition, dirt poor. 85%. And I find it reprehensible and disgusting. And there's no way on earth I'm going to shut up. And anybody that thinks this system is okay, good luck to you. You're on your own. You will answer to your maker. Just remember, where you didn't make your brain, you didn't make your body, you didn't make nothing about you. And your parents did very little. They just did by instinct what every other creature does. They made it. Okay? So, you got something you want to keep, you better turn to the one that owns you. That owns not only your body, but owns your soul. This is the one that can put you in a far more painful place or a far happier place. Because you face it, you're going to go somewhere from here. My life could be over right now. Any one of our lives could be over at any moment. I could have a heart attack, a brain aneurysm, stray bullet, maybe a sniper's bullet. Maybe somebody's got it in for me. I don't know. But all I know is that's the reality of being human and having a mortal body. So that day is coming, and it might be today. So, it's like that song by Credence. Hope you got your things together. Hope you're quite prepared to die. and meet your Maker and answer for all your beliefs. Because your beliefs are like your fruits, okay? Because those are the things you'll teach others. Those are the things you'll embrace. Those are the things you won't part with. You love and cherish your beliefs. And nobody can buy them from you. So do you have the right beliefs? Are you on the same page with your Maker? Are you seeing through divine eyes? If not, ask yourself, why not? Do I have the ability, or am I really afraid of what I might see and not like it? And it might be traumatic, and it might change me. Well, it's better late than never, okay? Because you got to face the music eventually. And I say, face it while you have a window of opportunity, you know, to create that room in your Father's mansion, that perfect room, or to create the mansion in your Father's kingdom, however you want to look at it. But just one where you have arrived at a place where you're at peace and contentment and happiness, and you're filled with joy, and all your brothers and sisters, everybody around you is in the same state. That's a place I want to go, okay? I want everybody free to do whatever you want anytime you want. If you want to go surfing right now, I want you free to go down to the local wetsuit factory and pick out the perfect wetsuits you want. And then you go out to the surfboard warehouse and go pick yourself out a nice surfboard. I want you to be able to go out and go have fun. And it is a lot of fun. And I've surfed quite a bit in my life, and I got to tell you, I wish everybody out there had a taste of surfing. It's beautiful. There's nothing like paddling out in the ocean and pushing through a wave as it's breaking over your head, and the translucence of the wave comes through with the sunlight. And it's just the most beautiful and joyful, invigorating, euphoric experience. I mean, you're high, man, and you're not on drugs, okay? It's beautiful. It's just what God, instinct, man. I'm having fun. You know, if you talk to surfers, you'll soon find out that most of them think it's pretty cosmic to surf, because they think that God created the waves for them to surf for that very reason. And to play. Basically, God wants us to play and recreate on this earth. There's so much to do. So many people like to go hiking and mountain climbing and, you know, dive into a clear lake. You know, whatever it is, whatever floats your boat, man. Build a boat. Go sailing. You know, whatever it is that you want to do at any moment for the rest of eternity, I wish that you were free to do that, because that's what I would want for myself, to be free to do anything at any time and not wreck the planet, to be free from dirty fuel. And all that stuff is technology we have right here and now. The world I'm talking about is not some fanciful, you know, pipe dream. This is actually the reality, because there is so much excess material-wise. There's so much. And people, remember, they don't quit their job at the wetsuit factory or the surfboard factory because they don't love it. They're not selling their product. So, you know, instead of lowering their prices until the product starts selling and abiding by a supply and demand economy, if we had sound currency, this is the state that we could have, where your money was worth more every day. So gradually, everybody's got so much prosperity. We see right through the charade. We see right through the game, and we don't want any part of it anymore. So, you know, that's the world. We would have heaven on earth gradually. This is the kind of thing that people like JFK that understood sound currency would like to bring to humanity. Same thing I would like to bring. Full egalitarianism. Full egalitarianism. Where you've got, you know, anybody in any government position is on board for the whole, not for some. You can't leave anybody out of that loop. You know, you talk about a republic. Well, doesn't that mean that all inclusive, that the individual counts? Well, yes, that's what I'm talking about. Okay? So, anyhow, I wanted to read a couple of more poems here. I was happy to see this one my dad had printed out and given to my nephew and I, his grandson, because he was helping us to learn to speak better, and so he had us reciting poetry. And this he got from the first letter to the Corinthians from the Bible, chapter 13. And I think the words have been changed a bit according to most translations I've read, but here I go. If I speak with the eloquence of men and of angels, but have no love, I become no more than blaring brass or crashing cymbal. If I have the gift of foretelling the future and hold in my mind not only all human knowledge, but the very secrets of God. And if I also have that absolute faith which can move mountains, but have no love, I amount to nothing at all. If I dispose of all that I possess, yes, even if I give my own body to be burned, but have no love, I achieve precisely nothing. This love of which I speak is slow to lose patience. It looks for a way of being constructive. It is not possessive. It is neither anxious to impress, nor does it cherish inflated ideas of its own importance. Love has good manners and does not pursue selfish advantage. It is not touchy. It does not keep account of evil, or gloat of the wickedness of other people. On the contrary, it shares the joy of all those who live by the truth. Love knows no limit to its endurance, no end to its trust, no fading of its hopes. It can outlast anything. Love never fails. Imagine love has its own reality, not limited to time and space. Love is one with all that is. To know love, the experience is necessary. Without beginning was love. Only love creates. Love creates by extending itself. Why? For the joy of it. For the blocks are removed from the awareness of love's presence. Then love is all-encompassing and has no opposite. Love is reality to souls alive, where nothing real can be threatened and nothing unreal exists. In the eternal bliss consciousness of love, there is eternal light, beauty, and joy. Love is the most important experience a person has in a lifetime. Love puts the promise in a seed. Let me not to the marriage of the true minds admit impediments. Love is not love which alters when it alteration finds, or bends with the remover to remove. Oh no, it is an ever-fixed mark that looks on tempest and is never shaken. It is the star to every wandering bark, whose worth's unknown, although his height be taken. Love's not time's fool, though rosy lips and cheeks within his bending sickle's compass come. Love alters not with his brief hours and weeks, but bears it out even to the edge of doom. If this be error and upon me proved, I never writ, nor any man ever loved. And this is from Henry David Thoreau. It is strange that men will talk of miracles, revelations, inspirations, and the like as things past, while love remains. With practice we can learn to charge the heart, not the one that pumps our blood, but the one that gives life, spirit. Then what will you do with it? We have the power of decision. We could choose between love and anger. We could choose forgiveness or condemnation. We could choose to hold on to grievances that squeezes the love in our hearts. To love or not to love, that is the question. The power of decision is mine. If I choose love, I am loving, therefore I am lovable. Love is a hunger in the heart, as necessary as breath to love. Love lives beyond death. Love is the creative force in the universe. When love is all-encompassing, then there is eternal bliss, consciousness. How sweet it is. Let love be your treasure, and there will be your heart, and there will be your soul, and there you will be. All love is of God. God is love. Love is heaven. When you are loving, you are lovable. Shakespeare said, "Learn to love. The lesson is but plain, and once made perfect, never lost again." What is love? The primal force in the universe, the source of creation of life, mind, and love. God is love. Only love creates by extending itself. Love creates me like itself. Why? For the joy of it. Love and joy are synonymous. Love is heaven. Well, it's cleared up nicely. You can see the ocean now. You can see the fog bank out there too. Very large tree there. I'm pretty sure that's going to be a redwood.